What's up, you movie-loving maniacs, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host, as always, Jay Schatzer, and today I have a great quickie for you. It is a great movie haul with a lot of classic films, off the wall, just entertaining stuff, so let's jump right in and see what I got for you. First up is a great-looking flick. I've never seen it before, but got some actors and actresses in the film that I absolutely adore. It is a blaxploitation flick starring Jim Brown. It is Slaughter. And that cover art alone is worth the price of admission. But it's directed by Jack Starrett, who actually directed Cleopatra Jones. But it also has in here Stella Stevens, who is one of my favorites. I love her. She's in one of those Dean Martin spy films, and she's hilarious in that one. And yeah, it just looks like it is just a hell of a lot of fun. Outrageous stuff. Jim Brown's badass. And yeah, I've not seen it, never had it in the collection. So really looking forward to checking it out and see what it's all about. Who put this out? Olive Films put this one out. So there it is. Slaughter. Slaughter. Next up is a very interesting slasher film, I want to say. I watched it for the first, well, I guess I actually watched it a year ago with the crew, but then I revisited it recently after I got it, and it's very, very weird. Great cast, I love the cast, but a very strange flick. The movie I'm talking about is Mortuary. Really, really crazy movie. With an outstanding cast, like I said. Christopher George is in this one. Bill Paxton plays a weirdo. Linda Day George is in this. So, yeah. I don't even know how to explain it. Pretty much a mortuary. People work in a mortuary, and people keep disappearing when they go around this mortuary. You never know who the killer is. It's one of the, it's almost like a giallo kind of thing, but it's really, really, really odd. The characters are weird. There's so many red herrings in it, and yeah, just the style. Very, very unusual film. But yeah, it's in the collection. Never owned it before. Nice to have it in there because I pretty much want to own every Christopher George film out there, and I'm well on my way with Mortuary. But yep, fun film. Fun little unknown slasher. Next up is a movie that I watched for the first time last month. Watched it with the crew out at my family's cottage. And it's pretty out there, but I was really, really surprised by it. Stuart Gordon directed this one. It's based off an Edgar Allan Poe story. It is The Pit and the Pendulum. And Lance Henriksen right there looking insane. He does an amazing job in this film. He plays pretty much the head of the Inquisition. And he's pretty much just torturing and doing whatever the hell he wants and overacting and just really into the role. It's a really, really awesome film. I don't know why I was surprised. I guess it's a later Stuart Gordon film, so I wasn't too expecting too much. But then I actually really, really enjoyed the film. It's got a really hell of a good cast too. Even Oliver Reed just shows up for like a bit part as a cardinal visiting Lance Henriksen's character. But really, really demented stuff, really cruel and unusual. And I'm actually working on a review, so keep an eye out for that one. That'll be coming out pretty soon. But yeah, Pit and the Pendulum, pretty badass film. Full Moon Pictures put this one out. And really cool stuff. It really gets into the weirdness of the Inquisition and the cruelty and torturous ways, and just, it's a bizarre film. But I mean, what do you expect with Stuart Gordon? But yep, good film, and nice to have it in the collection. Never owned it before in any format, and just a cool film all around. But let's move on to a double feature that I actually watched with the crew when we were down at the cottage. At the same time I watched Pit and the Pendulum. It is Blood Fight and what the hell is that one? Ironheart. So you can tell it's kind of off of Bloodsport. It's kind of trying to get people to come in to see this bolo dude. The movies are very interesting. I mean, he's never the main character. He's just one of the bad guys that show up. I think out of the two of the movies, I think Blood Fight was pretty badass. But I mean, they were both really entertaining. MVD, Rewind Collection put this one out. And yeah, it's just really cool to have both these unknown films. I mean, these ones are just straight under the radar when they came out. I don't even know if they even had releases, but two really cool films. I mean, they're pretty much copycats of who they're going after. I mean, Ironheart is probably a copycat of Lionheart, and Blood Fight is pretty much Bloodsport. But yeah, they definitely have some cool style to it, especially Blood Fight. But it's a really cool pickup. So if you love these kind of action films of the 80s, definitely check this out. Really cool stuff, and glad I picked up this release because I never owned it on previous releases and enjoyed the hell out of it. But let's move it on. Just looking at this one's ridiculous. Moving it on to this movie. It is a kids movie that is so bizarre, and some of these scenes are just, I can't even believe when I see it. It is Mac and Me. Oh my god. Look at that little alien kid too. Oh, this movie is just, look at this. Look at that face. It's just, it's bizarre. It's a bizarre movie. Stuart Raffel did this one, and I love this guy's work. He did Tammy and the T-Rex, which I reviewed recently, and he also did one of my favorite movies, Mannequin 2 on the Move. The guy's he's an enigma, but Mac and Me is just a weird-ass flick. It's pretty much like a riff off of E.T., but it's just weird, man. Some of the scenes, you might know the scene that Paul Rudd, whenever he's like interviewed by somebody on a talk show, he shows a clip from his new movie, and it's always a clip from this movie where a kid in a wheelchair flies off a cliff into water. The movie's insane. Just look at the trailer and check it out for yourself. Damn weird. Shout put this one out and never owned it before, so another new one for the collection. Next up is a more modern film. Came out in the late 90s or early 2000s, and it's House of Wax, the remake, but I mean, it doesn't really have much to do with the original. But I saw this one in theaters because, I don't know, everyone was going, and I didn't really think too much of it at the time, but I've grown to really appreciate it over the years. It's got a lot of good characters in it, and some good effects, and just the story's really cool, so figured I'd pick this one up. It was dirt cheap somewhere. I think it was like at a Dollar General or something like that. But yep, House of Wax, pretty cool film. Definitely have to watch it again because it's been a long time, but I've definitely appreciated it more over the years than when I first saw it in theaters. But House of Wax. And I think I own this one on DVD somewhere out there. But up next is, oh boy, another Duke Mitchell film. What was the other one I did? Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank on it. The other Duke Mitchell, I just reviewed it, so I don't know why I'm not remembering it. But I got this one, Gone with the Pope, and it's another great classic of his. Crime, gangster, mafia-style film, looks like. And I have not checked this one out. It just looks insane. It looks insane. It doesn't look as good as the other one. What the hell's the name of that one? Help me in the comments below. I am stumped on what the name was of the other one. But, Massacre Mafia Style. Massacre Mafia Style is probably the better of this one. But this one looked entertaining from the trailer, so I figured I'd pick it up and check it out because I did enjoy the other one a lot. So, Duke Mitchell is something else. But never owned it before, adding it to the collection for the first time. Now let's round it out with one more movie. This one is an Asian, I think it's a UK Asian co-production, because it's got George Lazenby in it, and some Asian action star I've never seen in other stuff. But it is The Man from Hong Kong. And I've seen this one a long time ago, really loved it, and heard that there's actually another movie on this film, or a few other movies on this one. So I was like, this is the Umbrella release too. I think it's an all-region, but yeah, so I picked it up because I love this film, and I'm really curious to see what the other one's on the back. It's Kung Fu Killers, Danger Freaks, Stunt Rock, and The Stuntmen. So it's just a random assortment of other Hong Kong action films. So figured it was a good pickup because I know I like the one film, and nice to have a little bonus there. But it's really outrageous. It's just kind of like a spy film, spy action kung fu film, but with George Lazenby showing up. But really cool stuff, and I love that cover art. But yeah, I think that is it for this quickie. Did a little ran through them real quick. Got a good assortment of stuff out there, but boom, here it is, and that is it. Hope you guys like that one. As usual, hope you like what I'm doing here. If you do, like and subscribe, and if you have time, gosh darn it, leave a comment below because I'd love to hear from you. But until then, I'll see you crazy bastards the next time I get in front of a camera and talk about movies. So stay out of trouble and try not to get stuck in another lockdown, because God, it is coming and it's going to be messy. But take care, stay out of trouble, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you guys later. See ya!